Morning, folks. How's it going? Beautiful Thursday. I drove into town this morning to go drop you off at school, and there by college, Marysville College, and we drove past the flea market there. Yeesh, man, it's become a sad affair. There's like about 5 people trying to sell things there. It's shame, man. You can see the desperation there. It's not good. But what I was wanting to talk about, I'm not going to talk about today. It was basically about insurance, and it puts a stress in my side. We'll talk about it next week, perhaps. Rail, trains. So I'm working on my beard. Check. Fran's going to kill me. The train system. We got the Gautrain up in Joburg. We've got no real commuter transport down here. That Shongolola thing or whatever used to run, that thing's gone. And I remember my dad worked for the railway, so I got like first-hand insights on what used to happen back in the day. And they used to each little train station used to have to make X amount of money to pay for the upkeep of the train station, the staff that are working there, and so on. And he said that most of them used to just sort of break even. They didn't really make any money as such. But even breaking even, you're paying for the people's wages. You're paying for your train station to be kept. The grass is cut. The place is painted or whatever, looking neat, and you still providing the service. So when Maria Ramos came in, she just started closing them all down. If they didn't make any profits or decent profits, she started closing them all down. And and I think they had insight on what the transport industry was sort of. They were obviously planning massive stuff for transport. So I think money was involved there. But listening to my brother-in-law talk, and he was actually he used to get maize and stuff from the train stations, and this is where Spoornet's sort of stuffed up, because although rail is awesome and it works brilliantly in first world countries, but the third world countries just can't, because number one, there's too much corruption. So the trains they're not kept, they're not looked after, and those things have to be looked after, and they're expensive. They take a proper journeyman that fix those things. The other thing is you've got to provide your service. So if I remember correctly, the way it used to work was the freight used to come down from the Free State, for example, come to Natal. It would get to Natal, it would be shunted into the yard, and then while it was in the yard, it'd get offloaded onto I remember these brown trucks. The railway had these brown trucks, and we could load onto these, and then we would take it to the stores or to the factories or whatever from there. And Gary Larkin, he told me that a big problem that they had back in those days, because he had Equezi, and he's been in that industry for, I think he's with Boxer now. So there was a lot of insight into the other side of things, and he was saying that the big problem that they had there was Spoornet dropped the ball big time. They were leaving freight in the yard for flipping days, weeks, and you can't do that when you've got retailers wanting the stuff. It needs to get out to the shops. You're slowing the whole economy down. So they stuffed up completely. So instead of paying for the truck to take it from the train yard to the shop or whatever, they'd say, okay, well, let's just get a truck and bring it straight down on the road and straight to the point, and then you don't have to wait for anyone. And that's pretty much where it started losing, dropping the ball. And it's a sad shame, because you look at the way our roads are at the moment, and the amount of trucks that are on the road now. Yes, there's no space for cars. There's just trucks everywhere, and it's scary. Maritzburg's had some real bad runs. We had the Hilton Howick coming in from Hilton side. They fixed that downhill piece coming in there. They redid that, and how many people died there? Yes, it was a terrible thing. Almost every day there was a massive accident, somebody's dead, and there was that one runaway truck that just plowed through flipping hundreds of cars all the way down the hill. Just devastation all over the place. And then slowly they realized, hey, we need to police this a bit. It's a little bit doff in this country, really. Should have been policing it a long time ago. Now they got the same problem. They're busy with this expansion, making the highway bigger, between Camperdown and Maritzburg or Ashburton actually. And yes, the amount of deaths that are on the road there as well. And the accidents are every second day. There's another massive accident there, but it's not being policed again. And if you're going down to the airport or whatever from we're just going down to Durban. Yes, it is nerve-wracking. You get on that road and you crap yourself because the road's narrow already, and they got these barriers on the side. And the road's narrow. You've got to squeeze in there. And then I don't even drive a big car. And the truck there's all just trucks on the left-hand lane. You can't go anywhere. And now you slow down because around the corner, you worry the truck's going to sway off his lane, his line a little bit. So you wait. And so next thing, the oaks from behind you are hooting. They're coming to overtake you. And you can see yourself getting sandwiched between the barrier and the trucks. And oh, geez. And I think a couple of people have. And if you have one little accident there, I mean, the traffic's stuffed for flipping almost 2 days. But if only we could get freight back, rail back, and put the trains back in working order, get them running between the towns, and then alleviate some of the pressure. So things that don't have to get there immediately could be put on the trains. Unfortunately, the moment now, there's the way I see it. There's a bit of you're in a catch-22, because do you upgrade the roads? It's costing billions. And so that you can handle more trucks and more cars, because there is more trucks and more cars every single year, or do you put all those billions into fixing the rail up again, because half those lines have been stolen? And some of our Alexwell boys, I remember an Alexwell boy, I won't mention his name, but he had a full-time business stealing rail. he faked Spoornet outfits, uniforms for his guys, and he even had badges on his vehicle. And I think he took something like, I think someone said 27 kilometers or something that he stole of train line, cut it into little pieces, sold it to the Chinese oaks, and they put all the scrap into these containers. That's bye-bye. It's probably come back as sheet metal. But so the whole system is so degraded. It'll cost so much to fix that. Where do you put the money? Do you, if you had the money, do you fix up the roads? The one death trap, or do you go back to the other one and try and alleviate the pressure off there and put it somewhere else? I think the rail must come back, because I think it's a whole new avenue. The lines are there, they just need to be maintained, and I think it's opportunity, it's jobs again. Get them the shipping yards jacked up. We had there was an old police force that used to run with the rail. It's a whole new avenue for employment. So I think, but you must tell me what you think. You think we should upgrade the roads even more and put more vehicles on, make them wider, make them bigger, make them safer, or bring the rail in and take half the freight off? So anyway, that's my thought for today. You guys must tell me what you think.